This for the niggas and bitches and niggas who be hitting them switches and pulling them triggers, who be crumbling weed and rolling them swishers. Keep on banging on corners and drinking that liquor. Keep that thug shit real when you fucking with me. Keep your sights on steel when you gunning for me. I put my pistol in your mouth and tell your ass to goggle. Gangster shit so potent it should be sold in bottles. Take a sip and go to hell, get drunk and then end up in the trunk. Fuck jail, you thinking DUI? No, that ain't how you die. It was my thugs and slugs that was the reason why. You niggas thought I was soft, but now it's blood that you caught. And now these shells hit the ground as I'm busting off. 9 double in Beretta, no there's nothing better. Tear the flesh in your chest and now your shirt is wetter. Me and this wild together like we husband and wife. This gangsta shit ain't just a song, it's a way of life. We are the hustlers. We're born to die. When it all goes down, nigga. When it all goes down, talk to me. We hustle for money, for bitches and get high. When it all goes down, nigga. When it all goes down, talk to me. Yellow tape and bloodshed, pussy niggas is dead. Hollow points tipped with lead, putting gaps through heads. That's what it be like when the street lights get to flickering. Niggas get to bickering and slugs get to tickling. We them niggas that just don't ask. We take your cash, transplant or put your ass. Right hand to your left eye. Hey, Mr. Tough Guy, when slugs fly, I guarantee your shirt won't dry. In times of peace, my niggas playing wars. Stack dope, sit mowing, then we bang whores. We been through gang wars. We bout that green, we bout that murder scene. Pull a tool that's sure to leave your shoulders clean. Cause when it all goes down, I got that heat. You was slow on the draw, and now you burn me. Because we are the hustlers. When it all goes down, talk to me. We hustle for money, for bitches and get high. Real deep in the streets. We thugs and y'all niggas ain't shit but wannabes is love. But not for my fucking enemies, it's blood. For my niggas, I will surely bleed my blood. For my niggas, I will surely bleed. It's Gio, the same nigga that was ready for war, ready for fame and everything it had in store. And I ain't changed, I'm still on the block with my dog. Smoking weed, busting shells, leaving the block for the fall. For my niggas who didn't get to see me achieve. Some died over beef and some died over greed. I'm smoking weed, I'm trying to get rid of the pain. Lord, please bless me to continue my thing. I'm from the streets and it's been a hard knock life. I'm in it deep and that's why I don't think nice. I don't sleep and that's why I don't like lights. I hold heat and that's why you won't blink twice. We are the hustlers. We're born to die. When it all goes down, talk to me. We hustle for money, for bitches and get high. When it all goes down, talk to me. What y'all wanna bang with me, bust them things with me? These little bitch ass niggas can't hang with me. Why be the hood of the no good? Breaking your studio niggas down to the flow wood. I'm here to check the game, nigga, respect the name. Or I'ma pull my 4-5 out and select the brain, inject the pain, and leave you for the news to cover. Another victim of Mac Lover, why motherfucker? Y'all ain't never seen a motherfucking street like me. Ballin' from the Midwest, bringing heat like me. So niggas make way, cause I'ma bring it to you hard. No mercy on your mark, so bow down to my facade and feel the pressure. A real thugs from the streets, we do what we wanna do. Nigga, fuck the police, I'm the mouth of madness. Bringing the pain and the sadness, I be the baddest. Smoking niggas to the ashes, Alpha and Omega. Spitting raw from Thug Data. Dark as Darth Vader with the strength of the creator. Yes, sir. When it all goes down, nigga. When it all goes down, talk to me. That was Wild Thugs with none other than your boy, Sonny Bats, a.k.a. Brian Redmond. It's about that time. And yes, we about to do our thing. Are y'all looking for me? Yeah, well, I'm looking for y'all. And here I is. Yes, indeed. Here I is. One more again. Here I is. One more again. Yeah. Well, here I is, here I go on another flow. And this is the relationship we have shown. I'm back, and my strikes are all gone. Now I can do what I was meant to do, and I ain't wrong. Because they reversed my shit, and that was cool. But I know my time on YouTube might be real short. I don't know what the fuck is going on in this country, but hey, I'm here. And we gonna try to get it together. I'ma do what I'ma do until I can't do it no more. That's what I'm doing. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's get into the show. But first, I want to give some shout outs while the beat is playing, because I ain't did this in a while. So, hear what I'm saying. Shout out to Athena. Shout out to Tony Snow. Shout out to John Mata and CJ Gunn. Yo, they on the UGOA, United Guns of America. Hear what I say. And shout out to Shannon Lewis, Athena again, and Dion Covington, Illa Dre, CJ Gunn, Bellamia, Sylvester M, and she the cool P. I can't find that shit. Shout out to Bert, Daquan, showing up the master. Y'all click the like button as we come on in and everybody gets to tune into the show tonight. I'm feeling good. Y'all feeling good. So, as they say in Big Mama's house, let's do this. All right, y'all. So, it's been a hell of a time here. These past few months have really been something. I've grown, and that's good. What up, cuz? I've grown. You know, I hope that you've grown. We've seen some things change in our country. We've seen some things change about ourselves. I've learned a lot about myself during this whole COVID experience. And I've learned a lot of the niggas that I know. And it's been really enlightening. It really has been. And I think even though it's sad in some instances and in some cases, it's also, I can truly say that I can see the good in this. You know, growth is painful at times. And I believe that this is just one of those times where this growth spurt that we're going through as a country, as people, as a community, or whatever it is you want to call it, I believe that this is just one of those times where it's just a little painful. But I do think that this is one of those moments where we are at a real crossroads, if you will. There's a fork in the road, and right now we're like not just standing at it, but we're like in the fork, and we're like choosing sides. We're choosing directions. And I believe that this country, as divided as it is right now, I believe that there is a huge awakening that has been taking place over the past 4 years. And I believe that this moment that we're in right now is going to further that. So it is really enlightening just to see. I've really learned how, and I'm saying it, and it's gonna sound fucked up, but it's really not. I've seen how stupid people are. I really have. I've seen the level of just sheer ignorance and just flat out like stupidity. Like, I mean, stupidity is like the true word for it. And then the other side that I've seen is just the lack of testicular fortitude that so many of us have. And in today's world, it's like the stupidity part of it, getting back to that piece, it's not that we can't think, because there is a good group of us that can't think, but it's a lot of us that don't want to think. And that is very troubling to me. Shout out to my man, Michelle Cobrae, hitting your boy up with a super chat already before I even get started. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, brother. But it's like that is the more troubling part. The fact that it's not those people that don't know they sleep. It's not those people that don't know that they're sheep. It's the people that want to be sheep. That's like, I want to be sheep. Bah, bah, bah. They want to be sheep. And that is like really troubling to me. Because it's like when you want to be led and you don't care who's leading you,
then you are subjecting yourself to all sorts of things, and you are giving up that very thing that so many have died and shed blood for, and that is your freedom. If you're living in this country, if you're living in the United States of America, if you living in the US of A, and you don't cherish, appreciate, and understand that freedom is the very core of our country, and I ain't talking about freedom just to say you in America. I'm talking about the freedom to do what it is that you want to do. As long as you're not physically hurting anyone else, you should be able to do what you want, say what you want, and go where you want. And when we have those things in jeopardy, when we got people telling us to do what they say, go where they say, and to not say what it is they say or they want you to say, that is a threat on that very same thing. And I think that we've gotten to the point to where we've kind of like bought into the fact that because it ain't me right now, I'm okay with it. But see, here's how that works. It's like I remember back in the day when you'd be on the bus and the gangbangers would get on the bus. Shout out to the GDs and and the solid foes and the hundreds. You get on the bus and the gangbangers would get on the bus and they would literally be like, I'm knocking everybody the fuck out on the bus. I'm knocking me somebody the fuck out on the bus. And as opposed to everybody standing up against the gangbanger, you stay in your seat and you say, I hope it ain't me. So you act like you got on headphones. You got on headphones and you act like you're listening to your music when you done heard this motherfucker live click. Because back then wasn't no noise canceling headphones. You just had them little soft cushion motherfuckers that sit on there with your little little foam bits. And you can definitely still hear what was going on around you. But you tried to act like you was just into your tape that you had playing when you really heard that shit. And you just hoped and prayed that it wasn't you. And then those of you that were actually the gang members who were with them, you was glad to just be with them because that mean it wasn't you that was about to get knocked the fuck out. But see, here's the thing. And gangbangers, y'all can attest to this. Unless you stay on your block, in your neighborhood, or on your set, there always comes a time and a moment to where you're out and about and the wrong group sees you. Yeah, nigga that done gangbang before, that done had to run, that done had to jump in a car, that done had to hide. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you with your gang, oh, y'all can raise hell. You can slap a motherfucker, you can punch a motherfucker, hit a motherfucker, it don't matter. Shoot a motherfucker, shoot at a motherfucker, it's whatever. But when it's you that's now the hunted, no pun intended for Hunter Biden, when it's you that's now the hunted, and the hunter is now looking at you and got you in its sights, now you get a different feeling. Now it's on you. Now it's your turn. And some of you can try to put up a fight. Some of you can say, hey, I done ran into the ops and this is what I did. I ducked and dodged and I ran, or I fought, I hit two of them, no Joe, they beat my ass. But the thing is, that feeling that you have when you become the prey, especially when you've been the hunter, that's what this is. That's what this is. And it's like, there has to be a moment where you have to realize and say, hey, how about don't nobody fuck with nobody? How about we have a truce? How about we say, hey, you do what you do over here, I'm going to do what I do over there, and we going to just respect that. And the fact that there is no truce and there is no search or desire or want of a truce because you feel as though you the bigger gang right now is the problem. It is the problem. The fact that everybody that are supposed to be Americans, supposed to be patriots, the fact that you're not standing up for what is right because you're so into your feelings. You're so engulfed, you're so enthralled, you are so entangled and wrapped up in your feelings that you will allow any and everything to happen is because it ain't you, is the problem. And that's the problem that I have with most people. I've always been a diplomat for fairness. I've always been a diplomat for the people. I've always been the one that says, hey, let's do what's best for everyone, as opposed to let's just do what's best for me. I can't remember who said it, but they said the difference between a man, a king, and a hero. And somebody, if y'all remember who said this, please let me know. A man will do what's best for his family. A king will do what's best for his people. But a hero will do what's best for everyone. You hear that? Actually, I'm going to add one to that. The difference between a woman, a man, a king, and a hero. A woman will do what's best for her. And that's just because of how she's been taught in society. A man will do what's best for his family. A king will do what's best for his people. And a hero will do what's best for everyone. Matter of fact, I think I need to change hats. Don't hate, don't get mad. Just think about that. And it's like, I can tell you this is one of those moments, as sad of a time that we're in, as troubling and as trying of a time that we're in. It feels good when I can say that and know where I fit in at and know that I'm a hero. What I do, what I say, my point of view, where I'm coming from, what I'm putting out there, truth, righteousness, based on facts. That's it. That's it. So I want us to always, and as people, it's like, yeah, there may be a shift going on. It's going to be a lot of changes, and it's going to be bad. I can tell you that. It's going to be bad without divine intervention. Now, I ain't talking about you, Nicole, if you're watching. Without divine intervention, what we're about to go through, it's going to be real bad. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. And the way that we're going to have to, I mean, the only good thing that I can see from this is that it's either going to be 4 or 8 years. That's the only good thing I can see about it. It's going to be 4 to 8 years. Hopefully, shit can get turned around in 4. If not in 4, shit can hopefully get turned around in 8. But this is going to be an awakening. Y'all remember the old show from Chicago, The Awakenings? This is going to be an awakening, and people are either going to just go along with the status quo and do what they're told, or it's going to be another uprising, another awakening, and another transformation of another group of people that's going to say, we want to change this for the better because we see what the worst is at. Sometimes you got to hit rock bottom to bring about change. Just remember that. So, with that being said, let me go into my favorite part of the show while I sip
Federal
on
law allows
my
citizens
drink.
to reproduce, distribute, or
This
exhibit
cranberry
portions
juice.
of copyrighted motion pictures,
This
videotapes,
red
or video
Kool-Aid.
discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Thank you to my lovely wife, my good thing, my forever chick. Yes, my babies. Got babies, mama. I tell you, it's good to have a good woman. Yes, indeed. She may not be perfect, but she mine, goddammit. She mine, goddammit. That's all that matters. So, here's the thing. And I was really like, I've never seen anything like this before with this whole, and it's so wild. It's like, when there's things happening and you're like, man, this person must really be passionate about what they're doing. And then you see somebody else and say, man, this person's really like, man, they just really coming out with what they're saying. You get from a point of that to where people are just being outspoken to where you're like, okay, so all you motherfuckers now are just gonna come out of the woodwork and everybody's just gonna pour on this message or this perspective you're trying to put out here to where you guys, I mean, it's obvious to where, Chris Como, Arnold Schwarzenegger, everybody is just coming out now and they're just totally trying to discredit Donald Trump's his run. They're saying he's the worst president ever. 10 days left. They want to impeach him. They want to put him in jail. It's like, the thing is this, and this is one of the things that I've noticed about the left, the liberals, whatever the fuck you want to call them. I just call them. Here's the thing that I've noticed about them. They want to not just win, but they want to destroy. Sounds familiar? They want to kill. Well, they want to kill, they want to steal, and then they want to destroy. I don't know who that may remind you of, but y'all can figure it out, I guess. But they want to kill, steal, and destroy. And when it comes to the destroy part, here's what you got to realize. Sometimes you need to take your W and keep moving. Hear that. Sometimes you need to just take your win. When you get a win, you need to take your win and keep it moving. Because when you try to rub it in, when you try to twist the knife, when you try to pour salt in the wound, what usually tends to happen, and sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, but what happens every now and again, you get an extra bonus that you really didn't plan on, and it kind of really fucks you up to the point where you can't enjoy your W. Case in point, you ever heard about the Los Angeles, well now the Las Vegas Raiders? One of the things that's known about Raider Nation, one of the things that you will hear about the Raiders, shout out to all of the fans out in Oaktown. If you've ever heard anything about the Raider fans, about Raider Nation, even though they've been a shitty team since, when was the last time they went to the Super Bowl and they did that fucking fiasco where they didn't change no plays or whatever, they played Tampa Bay? Aside from that, but before then, since the 80s, when fucking John Madden was the coach, they've been a shit team to the point to where they've lost real bad. But one of the things that you know, for those of you that go to a Raiders game, even if you're the opposition, you're on the opposing team, I should say, is that when the Raiders are losing and your team is winning and you're in the Oakland Coliseum, you don't celebrate too loud. You take your W and you gone home. Even when the game is over, People will tell you, hey man, don't be talking shit at no Raiders game, especially when the Raiders lose. And you know why they say that? I'll tell you why. Because it's a known fact that them Raider fans, as hardcore and dedicated as they are, the motherfuckers that's in the black hole, the motherfuckers that wear the shoulder pads with the spikes on it and paint their face black and paint their face silver like motherfucking the war boys and motherfucking like the war boys and Mad Max. They will literally, how should I say this? Fuck you up if you are celebrating too loud or too much after the game or during the game. Just saying, they would do that. And that's what I mean with this. The left or the liberals or the Democrats, take your pick, they need to take their win and just move forward. You got your W, now go on back home. Celebrate when you get to the house. But they're not doing that. They want to push the envelope. They want to push the envelope. They want to go and they want to say, yeah, not only now have we won, but we also are going to deem him as the worst president ever. We're going to have all of these people and these celebrities, all of these media outlets, they're going to call him that and they're going to say it enough till it becomes true. Then what we're going to do is we're going to now cancel him. We're going to remove him off of all social media. He can't post, he can't talk, he can't say anything or do anything. That's what we're going to do because he doesn't need to be able to talk. Then what we're going to do is we're going to impeach him. We're going to try to get him removed out of office. Yeah, I know it's only 10 days left, but God damn it, I want his fucking ass. I want to crucify him. Then we're going to try to lock him up, put him in jail. And what they're doing is they are literally trying to make it to where no one else ever will ever oppose the politicians. And that's where I'm going with this. Like I said a couple of days ago in my other video, your congressmen and your senators and your governors, they have been bought and paid for. Y'all think that y'all need to worry about Nancy Pelosi? Y'all think y'all need to worry about Kamala Harris? Y'all think y'all need to be worried about Joe Biden? That ain't who you need to be worried about. Because all of them have been bought and paid for. They are nothing but mere conduits. Who you need to be worried about are these corporations. That's who you need to be worried about. That's who you need to start looking at. That's who you need to start paying attention to. And I'm not just talking about your Facebooks, your Googles, and your Amazons. I'm talking about your Pfizers. I'm talking about your Bears. I'm talking about your, I ain't talking about Chicago Bears yet, damn it. I'm talking about your pharmaceuticals. I'm talking about all of the ones, let's think about this. You're talking about really two big industries that have benefited from this entire COVID pandemic. Who have been the main benefactors of this has been two big areas. Big pharma and big tech. From the people who make the masks to the hospitals that mark every death as a COVID death. Who's been benefiting from that? Your big tech and your big pharma. And now they're actually showing you, and what they're doing is that they're showing these politicians who are nothing but mere whores, selling themselves to the highest bidder for corporate donations, for positions when they retire, And they're doing it both from back and forth. That's what they're doing. And they're doing it to the point to where they want to say, well, with all of the stuff that we're doing, it's at the behest of them. It's at the behest of all of these companies that are coming together to say, yeah, we're going to give you this money. We'll give you this funding if you push this agenda. And they sitting back saying, how much? You say you will give me this much? And some more? Okay, let's go. Let's do it. And the problem that they had with Trump, and the reason why they painted Trump in the light that they did and will continue to do so, is because Trump wasn't one of them. He was just a rich person. I got hundreds of millions of dollars, but I ain't in bed with none of these niggas. I don't owe Pfizer shit. I ain't did shit for fucking Google. I don't need fucking Facebook. I don't need Twitter. I was somebody before Twitter. I was somebody before Facebook. I was a celebrity before all that shit. I actually bought motherfuckers to these platforms by putting my name out there. That's just the truth. But with that being said, he's done all of these things, and because he's not one of them, your congressmen, your senators, they looked and said, oh shit, this motherfucker is disrupting the fucking flow. He's fucking up the money. He's not laying down and getting in bed with none of these motherfuckers. That's why you have a situation where Joe Biden can just have his son do all kind of fuck shit. Shout out to Hunter Biden. All kind of treasonous shit. And it don't get no airtime because Joe Biden's in bed with big tech. Big time. He's in bed with China. Big time. Big trouble in little China? Big China with little Biden. So that's what it is. When you look at, and here's the thing, everybody say, oh, no, you just saying that. You just go and look at the people that Joe Biden is bringing on board. Fuck the fact that they women and all that shit. I don't give a damn about that. Bunch of women coming in here, whatever. All of these motherfuckers, the majority of these motherfuckers, minority or not, they all got some kind of tie. Over half the motherfuckers he bringing in got some type of tie to big tech. Whether they used to work for Google, they used to be an executive at Facebook, there was an executive lawyer at Facebook, there was a head of media or something at Google, they were the head of this at some tech company, they used to work for Amazon. Now all of a sudden, these motherfuckers are on his team. I wonder how. I wonder why that is. What benefit does it have for these big tech companies? They now have an inside track. They now have that access from a political level to bring about and to push their agendas forward faster. So yeah, I'm going to pay to play, but I also got a motherfucker in here that can write laws, write policies the way that I want them, the way that we want them to solely benefit us. Because here's the thing, big tech and big pharma got money. They want to continue to grow and they want to continue to secure power. How do you do that? You buy politicians and they're all for sale. And once they get on one accord, now it's all about, well, how we going to spend this? Oh, we'll spend it this way. Oh, we'll spend it that way. Here's the thing. If Trump lost and y'all won, he should be a non-motherfucking factor, right? Why are you even talking about him still? Shouldn't this be the time that you would be hearing about the new plan, the Biden plan, Biden care, the new agenda. Shouldn't this be the time that you're going to hear about this? We 6 days away from the inauguration. Wouldn't you think that this would be the time that you would start hearing what Joe Biden has in store for America, what Kamala Harris is going to do for this country? Wouldn't you think this would be the time that they will be coming forward talking about that? The election has been certified, case closed. On to the next one, on to the next one. We got a million ways to get it. Wouldn't this be the time that they would start having their sit downs with people like Ice Cube? Wouldn't this be the time that you would start seeing the plan that they're going to roll out as far as how they're going to do all of this stuff better than what Trump was doing? Wouldn't you think that? Wouldn't you think that Kamala would resign from the Senate? I don't think she can do it. I don't think she can do it right now. I think she does it when she actually becomes the vice president. So I think she holds her seat until she actually becomes the vice president. I don't know how that shit works. I'm trying to think about when Barack Obama became president. When did he let his Senate seat go? I don't know if he let it go before he actually became the president or not. I don't know. But wouldn't you just think that you would be hearing all of these wonderful things that they've been putting together and they've been waiting to do? All of these deep, what did Biden say? My track record is deep and steep, and it's gonna, we're gonna build back better. We're gonna make America better than what it is. Wouldn't you be hearing all of this by now? You've canceled the sitting president. So wouldn't you be moving forward with your agenda? Wouldn't you be putting forth your plan? Wouldn't you be telling the people what you're about to do and how you're going to do it now? Wouldn't that be the thing to do? You said Barack resigned in November. Wow, there it is. So there is the question. Why hasn't she resigned? She just want to keep getting that check? Because she still get that check till she resigns. I wonder if Joe Biden, since he's already gotten millions of dollars from China and everywhere else, I wonder if he's not going to take a paycheck like Trump did for 4 years. Let that $400,000 just, give it back to the people. Give it to some donations, give it to some charities. I wonder if Joe Biden's going to do that. He's been a politician for 47 years. Wouldn't you think? He would, since he's such a better candidate and a better person than Trump, wouldn't you think he would give up his salary? Huh? But I guess we're going to see. I guess we still have to see about that. They said they want to hit the ground running. They said that they want to go ahead and get things going right away. I wonder what's actually on the agenda, because I can tell you this. Since both of them have been running and campaigning, I haven't heard, and I'm going to say this as nice as I can, I haven't heard of one motherfucking thing that they going to do for the people of this country. I don't know their agenda. I didn't have I'd be damned if I go to the website and pay to see what the fuck their agenda is. But I can tell you this, I ain't heard about it. Only thing I've heard is key phrases. I've heard about Biden care. I've heard about the Green New Deal. And I've heard about gun control. That's it. That's all I've heard about. And I've also heard about the dark black winter that's coming. The dark, what did he call it? The black winter or the gray or the dark winter. That's what he called it. I've heard about the dark winter that's coming. Don't know what the fuck that means, but it don't sound good. The fuck is a dark winter? Sound like some shit from fucking Lord of the Rings or something. Saruman came, and once he secured the ring, there was a dark winter for 4 ages. $10,000 off student loans. He's already backed up off that shit. Yeah, we can't do it. I misspoke. Yeah, we're going to give free college and all that. Yeah, we can't do that. And I'm going to tell you like this. Here's what the narrative is going to be. It's going to be this. We still trying to clean up and fix what Trump did. And these things are going to take time. That's what your ass is about to hear. You about to hear a bunch of that. Oh, we still trying to fix what Trump did. We're still trying to repair and build back from Trump. That's what you about to hear. And you're going to hear these things take time. We're working tirelessly. We're working effortlessly to get these things together. Here's my question I have to ask. Since all of these fucking people over there are so for us, what happened to the talk about the $2,000 for the people? Wouldn't you think that Joe Biden would be the first one, since he can come out and talk about how he's going to get everybody vaccinated faster? I don't know how the fuck you going to do that. That's one of his first lies. When he said that shit, I said, oh, this motherfucker just gonna say a bunch of shit. Y'all know he said that, right? We see the way they doing this vaccination, it's not fast enough. I'm gonna speed it up. I'm gonna get more vaccinations and I'm gonna get more people vaccinated. Here's the problem with the vaccinations, y'all, in case y'all didn't know. It's not that they don't have enough vaccination. It's that they can't roll the shit out fast enough because it ain't enough people to vaccinate the motherfuckers that need vaccinations. It's just not enough. This is one of those things where it's just going to take time. You can't say the fact that even Trump came out and said we're going to vaccinate 20 million people by November, impossible. Unless you opened up a 24/7 Slurpee, icy 7-Eleven fucking vaccination stand, there's no way you can do it. Tell me one thing we've ever done in a matter of 30 days for 20 million motherfuckers. It ain't that you just walk up and get a shot. You got to come in. You got to register. You got to submit your insurance. If you got insurance, you got to submit this paperwork. It got to be inputted into the system because they gonna damn sure know who the fuck they done gave these shots to. Then you're actually on top of that prioritizing it. You're prioritizing who's getting it, who's going to get it first, who's going to get it second, how the fuck you going to do 20 million people that fast? And I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with that. But how the fuck can you do 20 million people with all this extra shit you trying to do in between, and you don't even have the fucking staff in place already to do it? You got to go on the website and register. Once you register, you got to wait for your date to go. Then you got to wait for the location on where to go. You got a husband and wife team that's getting vaccinated. They register. One got to go over here and one got to go 30 miles over there because the system don't know what the fuck it's doing. If they were trying to vaccinate 20 million motherfuckers and was trying to do it in that amount of that time frame or to do it faster, they would say this: hey, we got people working round the clock. Show up. They work in 12-hour shifts. From 8 to 8, show your ass up, and we're going to give you the shot until we run out. That's what they would do. But that's not what they're doing because they can't physically do it. You don't have the manpower. You do not have it. And it's like, I get it. There are plenty of people who ain't taking it. I sure as fuck ain't. But they're going to make it to where you're going to have to take it. You ain't gonna motherfucker be able to fly. You ain't gonna be able to go into certain buildings. You won't be able to go to certain events. They are going to make it. Why? Because it's too much money to be made. They offered the flu shot for free and got paid like a motherfucker. Imagine what's gonna happen with this. Exactly. Even though kids aren't getting it, and the kids that do get it, they don't suffer from it. I think maybe one kid has supposedly died from some of the from having it. Out of everybody, kids don't get sick from this shit. They don't die from this shit. They don't get fucked up from this shit. Watch them put it in the schools. Just like Hunter said. They're going to put it in the... It's going to be a part of your shot record. You got to get your dip tet. You got to get your tetanus shot and all that other shit. Your polio shot and all that. You got to get all that, and you got to get your COVID shot. Watch, that's what they do. It's that thing that they're trying to say, oh, yes, we're doing this, and they're all going to do it because they're going to have every politician who's going to say, fuck your goddamn right. We're doing this because it's the best thing for our country. We gotta protect our elderly. We gotta protect our citizens. It's not for me, it's to protect you. Wear this mask that doesn't work just because it kind of sort of does. If you wear it on the right day and the wind's blowing the right way. I'm telling you. And yes, BNA, wait until these motherfucking taxes get increased. Watch for that shit. Watch for that shit. And you know what's gonna happen? All of these motherfuckers that was going with the status quo, I ain't talking about the rich motherfuckers that knew what was happening and was with this shit because they gonna benefit. I'm talking about all us niggas that was like, we gotta get Trump out of there. 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 You wait until you motherfuckers is suffering and struggling. You just wait. And you know what you gonna say? Man, Trump fucked us up like this, Joe. Man, it was Trump that did this to us, man. Now we gotta, try to work through this shit. Nope. The fact, and you know why? How I know that all of these motherfuckers that was voting for this regime that's coming in, you know how I know how they just gonna take it? Because they didn't say shit when Pelosi and them said we ain't studying this $2,000. Fuck y'all niggas. Fuck all y'all. We gonna send these millions overseas. We gonna send these millions over to all these consulting firms so we can get our kickbacks. But fuck y'all and that $2,000. Why? Because we can. Y'all ain't gonna do shit. You ain't been doing shit, but waiting on us to tell you what to do. That's what it's gonna be. They all gonna take it. They all gonna shut. Watch how all these motherfuckers that was putting Trump in their post every day, putting Trump on their Twitter feeds, putting what Trump had said, what Trump had did, putting it all on their social media. Watch these motherfuckers stop posting about Biden and Harris. Watch them. I promise you. I promise you. They ain't gonna say shit about these motherfuckers in office. They ain't gonna ask them shit. They ain't gonna be like, hey, why y'all ain't talked to Ice Cube yet? They ain't gonna say a goddamn thing. They just gonna sit back and be like, hey, at least it ain't Trump, man. It's better because Trump out of there, Joe. That's all I gotta say, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man, that dude had to go, man. Well, why? Man, I'm just saying, Joe, he needed to go, man. He was a racist, man. You had to get him out of there, dude. Okay, so how are things now? Well, shit ain't gonna be perfect either way. Oh, so shit wasn't perfect with Trump, and now you wasn't okay with that. Shit ain't perfect with Biden and them, and now you okay with it? That's the type of ignorant motherfuckers we dealing with and living with every day. That's what they gonna do. It's gonna go from we gotta get Trump to where everything else that's fucked up is Trump's fault. It's gonna now go to, well, at least it ain't Trump. Well, it could be Trump in there, man. That we could still have, Joe. I'm just saying, bro. People was dying, bro. That's what it is. You have to realize this. Listen to what you want to listen to. Hear what you want to hear. But look at the facts. Why would a racist guy, and just answer me this, why would a racist guy give any money whatsoever to historical black colleges? Why would he do that? Tell me what racist has ever done that in the past? That's just one. Why would a racist work effortlessly and talk about the fact that unemployment for African Americans is at an all-time low? Why would a racist do that? Why would a racist do that? Why would a rich man who's a racist reform a crime bill, reform crime, so that minorities, black folks, and niggas could be free? That's 3. Why would a racist then turn around and free a black person, some black people, put a law into effect to where black people would get out of jail? What racist has ever done that? Why would a racist do that in today's world? Why would a racist want to give minorities a tax break? Why would a racist do that? Explain that to me and we can get somewhere. I've never heard of a racist doing that. David Duke has never advocated for the benefit or something that would benefit black folks, niggas, Hispanics, Spics, or whatever the fuck. Never seen it. Just saying. If you're talking about racism and racists whom we've seen over the years, what good things did Hitler do for people that were Jewish? Tell me, show me, present to me the wonderful things that Adolf Hitler did during the Holocaust. Just prove that to me. Show me, see, these are the things that Hitler was doing for the Jews while he was persecuting the Jews. He didn't do a goddamn good thing for the Jews. Why? Because he fucking hated them. So you tell me, why would someone who hates a fucking race of people do things that actually help those people benefit? People talk about the empowerment zones. Oh, see, it's bullshit though. But wait, is it possible with those empowerment zones, ain't that what they were called? Is it possible for any person of color to benefit from them? Well, yeah, if you got money and you're real estate, you're in the real estate. Well, why would he do that? Why would he make it to where anybody who is of a minority descent or a minority group, why would he put anything in place that would help them benefit? I've never seen a racist do these things. Opportunity zone, thank you. I've never seen this before. Show me how and why a racist would do that, because it got to be some type of backdoor way as to where it's gonna fuck up the black people and the minorities doing this. Is he giving them opportunity here and taking it away once they do it or they go there? Show me that. That's all I'm asking. Let's take our emotions out of this. Let's take our feelings. Let's just look at some cold, hard facts. Where is all of this fuck shit that y'all just can't stand this motherfucker that he's doing and has done? Well, he did the New York 5, the Central Park 5. He offered $25,000 for their heads. And so did everybody else that was there. The Central Park 5 got sold out by their own fucking parents. And, like y'all said about Biden and the crime bill, that was a long time ago, though, G. That was back in 94. Yeah, you're right. So back when the Central Park 5, shit, that was back in 85, man. The Bears just won the Super Bowl. Shit, everybody was different back then. Just saying. And to your point, the thing about Hunter Biden, what he said is talking about Brandon Tatum, talking about Trump failed us. Here's the thing. Trump ain't a politician. He never was. He was a decent businessman that made a lot of right moves along with some wrong ones. And all that he was trying to do is he was trying to preserve, maintain, and to help us be great again. Because he could see from his perspective that this thing we call America and the US of A, it was slowly being chipped away at. It was slowly being chipped away. That whole freedom thing, the whole right as Americans, the whole democracy thing, he was just trying to say, hey man, we need to get this shit back on track because this shit is getting off the rails. And he saw that he was somebody who could do it. And he took a chance, spent a lot of fucking money. And I believe that what he did, he showed us that there's a different way. Watch that. Listen to that. He showed us that there is another way that this can be done. For everybody that says, oh man, you can't do shit about these politicians, man. Hey man, you can't, man, it is what it is, man. It's fucked up out here. Politicians gonna do what they do. Ain't no point voting, man. The votes don't fuck count no way. He showed us, if nothing else, you ain't gotta be a politician to do this. So to anybody that is sitting back and they don't like the way that things are going, don't worry about not being a politician. You know what you want to try to be? You want to try to be a hero. Be a hero. And for those of you who didn't hear me at the beginning of the show, I said the difference between a woman, a man, a king, and a hero. A woman does what's best for herself. A man does what's best for his family. A king does what's best for his people. But a hero does what's best for everyone. Be a hero. Be a hero. Strive to be a hero. Let's just take everything else out of this. Let's just make decisions. Let's have points of views. Let's have stances on. Let's do what's best for everyone. Fuck the two parties. Fuck the Democrats and the Republicans and the independents. Fuck the leftists and the right. And fuck all of the conservatives and the liberals. Let's just do what's best for everyone. How do you do that, Brian? I'll tell you how. As long as it's not physically hurting me, I should be able to do, say, go wherever the fuck I want. It's not possible. It's not impossible. It's very possible. At one point in time, people said that America was impossible. There's a bunch of motherfuckers who were over in England that said it gotta be better out here, somewhere else, because what's here ain't gonna get it. It's not impossible. That thing that is right, or that thing that is righteous, it is very possible. It's just a matter of finding out the best way to get there. That's it. I'm not talking about another streamer, man. I'll let him do his thing, man. That is what it is. We all got a right to do what it is that we do. Ain't no point in talking about no other streamer. So we can move on from that. Exactly. They lived 86. Trump tried to do what he believed was best for everyone, and look what happened. Yeah, look what happened. He woke up and got the whole fucking country split. He got 80 million motherfuckers believing in something different than the fuckery that's been going on for the past 60 years. That's what he did. The glass ain't half empty, it's half full. That's how you have to look at this. We've seen it done in our time. A non-politician get to the highest office in the fucking country and would have still been there had there not been a bunch of fuckery and thievery and robbery that went on. That's what it takes to unseat a motherfucker whose heart was in the right place. Did he say everything the right way? Hell the fuck no. Did he do everything the right way? Absolutely not. But that motherfucker did more than what everybody that's watching this stream is doing. Or did. He fucking put together a fucking effort and he made a change that impacted an entire fucking globe. He didn't get to do everything he wanted to do. He didn't get to set it up the way he wanted to have it set up. But he fucking did something and he impacted the whole fucking world by just saying, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. They talked about him running back in the fucking 90s on Oprah. He never thought he would be there. But as time changed, he saw, fuck, I may need to do this. This shit can possibly happen. To, I'm gonna fucking do this. To, I fucking did it. To, I'm fucking here. To, I'm fucking changing this shit. To have 4 years of no fucking wars. To have 4 years of peace in the Middle East. To have 4 years of the lowest unemployment. To have 4 years of, hey, great tax breaks to some degree. To have 4 years of fucking thriving ass fucking economy. I think that's some shit that you can fucking say, hey man, you get an A for effort and a B for nice try. That's what it is. He proved to us that our Congress is bought and paid for. He proved to us that it ain't just the Democrats that's on this bullshit. It's over half of the goddamn Republicans too. It ain't no, oh, it's Democrats against the Republicans. Nope, it's the haves against the have-nots. And you got a motherfucker who actually had some shit to say, well, hey, why don't we give a little bit of this shit to some of the have-nots? Goddamn. That's what he did. That motherfucker should have inspired each and every one of you to say, man, we can do better. This shit can get better. We're not fucking losing hope. We fucking getting inspired. Because everything that happens that's fucked up, everything that they do that's going to be fucked up, there's always another day. And it gives us time to find another way. It's going to give us time to say, hey, we need to change this shit. We know what we need to do. We know what we need to. You need, just like how they talk about watch all the people that voted for Trump. You need to watch all these motherfuckers that's siding with Biden. That rhymes. I should be a rapper. That's who you need to be watching. All of these motherfuckers that siding with Biden. Because then that's where you know who the fuck is and who the fuck ain't for the people. That way you know who is righteous and who's not. That way you will know and you will see the immoral versus the moral. Or was it amoral? I can tell you, man, that show that Tommy did the other day, the last 2 shows he did, that shit had me down in the dumps. It definitely put, what's that, that is that Zoloft commercial where that cloud be over that person? That Zoloft cloud came over me like a motherfucker. I was like, man. I thought to myself, it was like because he was so right with what he was talking about and what was being changed in this country and where we were going, it was like, it made me think, is there nothing left but death? Is it nothing left but my rifle and what's righteous, fighting for righteousness? Is that all that's left? And I don't want to accept that. I'm going to believe better than that. I'm going to believe that we can all make a fucking difference ourselves and each other, and we can impact the world just like Trump did. Everybody ain't going to like it. But shit, we can make a fucking change just like those motherfuckers made a change. When they saw that Trump won, they changed a bunch of shit. Even cheated on a bunch of shit to make a change for them. Why can't we do the same for us? Why can't we start voting locally better and smarter and wiser, getting some real fucking people in there instead of some real politicians in there? No guns, watch them dominate you until a motherfucker come knock on my door telling me to get my guns up. I'm not thinking like that. I'm not going to be in fear of losing my guns until a motherfucker come knocking on the door telling me to turn my shit in. Until then, I got to have faith in what we do every day, and I got to have faith in our fucking Supreme Court that the fucking Constitution will still be upheld to some fucking degree. And my thing is this, if they do fuck with the Constitution, what the fuck are y'all gonna do? What the fuck are we gonna do? That's what we need to be thinking about now. If that threshold or that line is crossed, what the fuck we gonna do? You saw what the fuck they did when Trump had the audacity to cross that line and fucking run and then win? You saw what the fuck happened with that? Whether he cheated, whether they cheated, whatever the fuck happened, he fucking won. And they fucking adjusted and adapted. What the fuck are we gonna do? Keep talking the same shit? They cheated. They stole it. They cheated. They stole it. When are we gonna fucking get off our ass and say, let's do something different? And you don't have to go and fucking protest and march to goddamn Capitol like this is fucking the 60s with Martin Luther King. Get smart. Play the fucking game and make your own fucking rules. Just like they did. Just like they did. I don't know how I got into that rant, but I hope that shit inspires and makes us think, makes some people fucking think different. Stop being a motherfucking Debbie Downer and be a motherfucking Bob the Builder, goddammit. Stop being down in the dumps and get in a fucking dump truck and drive your ass out that shit. Let's go ahead and let's watch this shit because I want to talk about this motherfucker Chris Cuomo. And I'm telling you right now, if I ever see Chris Cuomo, if I ever see him, I'm going to stack him on the boss, on everything I love, on my mama. I'm going to call that nigga Fredo. I swear to God, I'm calling him Fredo. If we at a goddamn baseball game, if we on the goddamn L in New York, on the subway in New York, if I see him on the L in Chicago, if I see him at an airport, I'm calling him Fredo. Because if he walk up to me talking that, you want to step outside? You ain't going to do shit. I'm going to fuck with him. That's what I'm going to do. I promise you that. I promise you that. If I ever see Chris Cuomo, I'm calling him Fredo. I'm just saying, I'm telling you that right now. Yes, I said it. If I'm in a room, in a ballroom, in a hotel lobby, in an Uber, and I see him outside, I'm going to let my Uber window down, and I'm going to say, Fredo, shut up, funky bitch. That's what I'm doing. What the fuck message got deleted? Jason Thomas says, stop crying, you little bitch. What's the point? Well, I mean, like, what is that about? Why am I crying, first of all? And why do I have to be a little bitch? How come I can't be a big bitch? How come I can't be a black bitch? Jason Thomas, do you have a problem with me? Do you need to have a discussion with me, sir? Or are you just here to troll? You let me know. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do this.
We do have breaking news. In 24 hours, just the past 24 hours, this president has vetoed pay for the military, stalled relief for millions of you, and issued the most toxic tally of pardons we have ever seen. 26 new Trump pardons tonight. Gifts to many convicted criminals that you know well.
Gifts.
Who did horrible things. Many admitted it. And then he left to go golf in Florida. After vetoing pay for the military, after leaving relief in limbo, millions of Americans don't have food for Christmas, let alone money for heat.
But my thing, I guess, would be this. Why would that be the main point of what you're saying when they, being Congress, didn't actually put that bill in weeks and months ago? Why would it be now? Because this was right before Christmas. This is when he didn't sign that fucking bill that had all that fucking extra spending shit in it. Why wouldn't you, Fredo, be calling out the fact that they put all of this foreign aid in this bill instead of domestic aid for the people, as Bain would say, the people? Brian, I got a question. What's up with the veto thing? I didn't get what that's about. I think I know what you're asking. You let me know if this answers your question. So here's what it is. Congress is basically the motherfuckers who write up the bills. Like, y'all ever seen motherfucking electric company? I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. And I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. Congress actually writes up the bill. The bill then has to get ratified by the Senate. And once the Senate actually says, yep, we good with this, then they send it to the president. Schoolhouse Rock. I said electric company, didn't I? Thank you. Then they send it to the actual president to actually sign it into law. Like, here we go. That's it. So here's what usually happens. Either the Congress can say, hey, we need to come up with a bill to do this. Or the president will say, hey, Congress, y'all need to come up with a bill to do that. And then they'll say, okay, we'll put some shit together. Because what Congress is supposed to do is and here's why, and if you ever notice, Congress is supposed to be the ear and the voice of the people. That's why it's like a little lopsided to be more Democrat than it is about Republican or whatever. That's why it's so many fucking congressmen. 435 members of Congress. These are supposed to be all of the people in the country that's supposed to have the ear of the people. That means your congressman should literally be coming into Congress and say, this is what my constituents are telling me. This is what my people are asking for. Here's what we want to do. That's what they should be doing. So the conversation between your Congress, the people, and the government or the legislative branch should be that of the people. Everything that's coming from them should be that of the people. People got a problem, you bring it to your congressman. You need some help with this, you bring it to your congressman. You got a problem with this, you should bring it to your congressman. If you need some type of law that's written that's on a federal level, it should be coming that way. Also, balancing of the budget and paying the fucking bills and how the money gets spent in this country comes from them too. So when the military needs more money, when all of these government entities need more funds, bridges and shit like that need repair, all of the things that require a federal infrastructure to support, your schools and all of that shit comes from them motherfuckers. They're supposed to know what the people need, what the people are asking for. They write the bill, then it goes to the Senate. The Senate goes over it. That's why it's only 2 senators for every state or whatever. They go over it and they say, yeah, this is what we need. Well, we got this. And what about that? From a state level, they're representing the state. And then they actually say, yep, this is a great bill. We're going to pass this on to the president. The president then looks over the bill and say, yes, this is the best thing for the people. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sign this into law. Boom. So with all of this shit that they're asking for, as far as the spending for the military, which he's correct on, when you're talking about all of the funding for all of these Americans and all of that shit, what Trump said was this: y'all are spending in this bill $3.8 billion in foreign aid. $3.8 billion is going out of the country if I sign this, and y'all only giving the American people $600? These motherfuckers who ain't been at work some since fucking March. I asked for y'all to give them $2,000 2 months ago. Yes, I did a show where I actually tallied up all the shit he ran off. And that wasn't even all the shit in the bill, I don't think. But we counted $3.8 billion worth of money that was going to foreign countries. Yeah, they was helping other motherfuckers build walls. They was helping Pakistan do transgender research. They was doing all that shit. Yes. So that's why he didn't sign the bill, because he like, on top of all this bogus ass spending y'all doing, unnecessary spending, because this was supposed to be a COVID relief bill. I asked y'all motherfuckers to give the people $2,000 and y'all said, fuck that. We only gonna give them $600, but y'all about to spend another $5 trillion or $3 trillion. Y'all motherfuckers crazy. I'm not signing this shit. That's why. And then Como comes out with this bullshit ass narrative. Families not gonna eat. Y'all ain't gonna do this. Families ain't gonna eat because y'all motherfuckers didn't want to give us $2,000, bitch. Fredo. That's what the problem was. So people talk, see how Trump is mismanaging. He didn't sign the bill. We could have had $600 for Christmas. Bitch, he trying to get you $2,000. Which one would you rather have? $600 or $2,000? I think I'm going to take the two, sir. So that's what he did. Yes, David, that's what they call that pork. That's exactly what they're doing. So it's like, that was the whole thing with the bill, and that's why we got here, because he didn't sign the bill. He executed what is then called, to your question, Daquan, he then executed what is called a veto, which is basically a fuck that move that the president gets to do, being in the executive branch. So you got your 3 branches: your legislative branch, which is the motherfuckers that write laws into existence and write the motherfucking bills that need to be written so that the motherfucking bills and shit can get paid and the budget can get passed and all that shit. You have the executive, which is to say, hey, we the motherfuckers that's actually calling for this shit, calling all the motherfucking shots and making sure shit get done. We make the big decisions, and y'all motherfuckers write the bills to support the big decision. Then you have the judicial branch, which are the motherfuckers that are supposed to be upholding the Constitution and to make sure that the legislative or the executive branch ain't fucking over the people based on this motherfucking piece of paper that we call the Constitution. In a sense. Yes, Bella, checks and balances. It's three-pronged to make sure that one motherfucker ain't fucking over the other motherfucker. Because you can fix that shit either way or either other way. So that's why each of them have unique powers and unique ways to approach different shit. Yes, Jason said, Brian, the president has the power to do an executive order, right? He could have done that. Why not? He has the power to do an executive order. However, when it comes to balancing of the budget, it's only certain parameters that he can do certain shit in. There has to be a bill that's written for him. He can't just say, I'm going to do an executive order to give everybody $5 million. He can't do that. Then he says, Brian, people are going to have to pay that $2,000 back. How are they going to pay that back with no tax, no money? Exactly. Yes. So that's what that's what it is. So it's like, and the thing is that when you're talking about those three branches, that's why they have certain powers to do certain shit, like impeachment. That's one of the things they do in case a motherfucker go, what's the dude name from Lord of the Rings? The insane, what do they call him? The goddamn, the crazy king that motherfucker said burn them all. Where he was actually talking about the fucking night walkers, but motherfuckers didn't realize it. But he was saying burn them all, and motherfuckers thought that he was insane. He was crazy talking about burn all the people. That ain't what he was talking about. But in case a motherfucker does go crazy and say I'm killing everybody, or I'm gonna go to war with the whole world, as an executive order, the president could do that. But that's why they have those checks and balances in place. Just like that dumb shit Kamala Harris said, I'm gonna give Congress 100 days to come up with make sense gun laws, and if they don't, then I'm gonna write an executive order to take the guns. No, bitch, you can't do that because there's a thing called the Second Amendment. So a president can't write an executive order that goes against the Constitution or violates the constitutional your constitutional law, constitutional right. That's why if they want to do some shit like take our guns, they got to change the Constitution. Now, could they potentially do that? Yes. Could they, in the meantime, write the executive order and then wait until we battle this shit out in the Supreme Court to get that shit fixed and reverse back? Yes, that has happened before. Where they put in some bullshit and they said, we doing this and it's an executive order and y'all got to adhere to it. And then it got to get fought out in the Supreme Court. And then they'll say, nope, overturn the shit. Shit is over with. Can't do it. It's against Supreme Court law. I mean, it's against the Constitution. Supreme Court rule overrules your ass, Mr. President or Madam President, or whoever the fuck you are, President. Yes. So, yeah. He said, Como gonna whoop my ass. I hope he do. When you do call him Fredo, he gonna look at you like that Bo Diddley cab driver looked at you. And I'd have fucked that cab driver up. Fuck what you heard. That cab driver, if he was as tough as motherfuckers say he was, that cab driver didn't do shit. He could have threw that bitch in park and got out and fucked me up. But he didn't, did he? Because I was a young motherfucking 340-pound motherfucker then, and he ain't want that smoke. Like, yeah, this nigga is big. That motherfucker young. He might fuck me up. You goddamn right. Nigga, I was in my motherfucker. I was good 22, nigga. I'd have whooped that cab driver's ass. His old ass was an old boxer or Golden Glove boxer back in the day. Well, I'd have fucked Bo Diddley up. God damn it. So, yeah. So, that's why you have those three branches, and that's why they have it in place for those checks and balances. So, it's certain fuck shit they can do, but there are certain ways that you can circumvent that shit, even when they put some shit into play. So I hope that helped you.
Or gifts. and he knows it. And he
For gifts.
doesn't.
How am I gonna go out and buy gifts for Christmas when I ain't paid the rent and I ain't got no food? Fuck a gift. I want a turkey or ham.
Sign the relief bill, and he doesn't veto it. So he knows nothing will happen. There is a gift in this moment, and I hope you decide to accept it once and for all. It is the gift of ultimate clarity about this outgoing president. Democrats, independents, real Republicans, you all now know, just based on the last 24 hours alone, this guy is the worst ever. He is.
And how are you judging that? Because he didn't sign a bill that you thought he should? And it's like when you're talking about people that's saying that, like, what are you saying? And anybody that responds to that and they use anything besides facts, you just in your feelings. He a racist, man. The way he did this, the way he did. Come with some facts and then show me. And this is my favorite question I love to ask people that don't like Trump. I say, I get the fact you don't like him. I get the fact that you might even hate him. But answer me this, and y'all can take this and use this one yourself. Tell me the thing or the things that Donald Trump has done while being president that were so terrible or criminal or whatever you want to call it that no other president has ever done. Ask people that. And you know what they say? Fuck the fact that you can't prove that he's racist. Well, he didn't denounce racism, and he talked about the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys are led by a fucking Mexican. That ain't no goddamn racist group. What the fuck is you talking? You ain't gonna convince me that a group of motherfuckers called themselves the Proud Boys. You not gonna tell me they racist when it's a bunch of fucking Mexicans, a bunch of fucking Cubans, and other motherfuckers of other races that's in that group. I'm not buying that shit. I wasn't born that night, and I damn sure wasn't born last night. So you ain't gonna convince me with that. Oh, well, when they had the shit in North Carolina, he said that there was good people on both sides, and he didn't condemn, he didn't disavow the racists that was out there. He did, and it's on tape that says when he said it. He didn't denounce them. When he was on the motherfucking when he was on the debate and he was asked to denounce racism again, motherfucker, how many people do you ask to denounce racism? That's not a motherfucking prerequisite. Hi, I'm Mike Huckabee and I'm gonna run for president. But before I do that, I must say that I denounce racism. And I am not a racist. Can you hold my Klan hat for me, please? Thank you. I am not a racist. It's like, okay, Cuban, not Latino. The motherfucker ain't white. That's my point. Nigga name is Enrique Tarrio. And he's a fucking racist? Man, if you don't get the fuck out my face on the internet. He said Cubans are white, bro. Whatever the fuck. So Castro was a white guy. Jason, you ignorant as hell. Hey, if they white, I'm white too. Nah, how about that? There it is.
The worst president we have ever seen, period. He has not only proven to be incompetent, but he is indeed truly inhumane.
He's inhumane. That means that this guy has committed some type of atrocity that is beyond color, but it's just an atrocity against human beings. Do y'all hear how these motherfuckers just exaggerate and fucking lie? Now you can have an opinion. I ain't tripping on that. You can think he the worst motherfucker ever. I get it. I ain't tripping on that shit. You ain't got to like him. Hell, I don't like him. I just like him better than the other motherfuckers. That's my point. That's always been my point. He's better than the motherfucking status quo. I'm just saying. That's just what it is. So it's like you cannot like a motherfucker. You can be mad at a motherfucker. You can hate a motherfucker. I get it. But don't make up shit about a motherfucker just to make up shit to help motherfucking your goddamn narrative.
Has denied the hungry. He has denied our warriors. He has denied a pandemic, and he does not give a damn about anything but lying about it all and faking his own greatness.
And your hairline is like Fredo's, by the way. But what he's saying, it's like because of the problems that he had with the bill, he is doing, in his opinion and well within his power, what he feels is best for the people. Not what y'all motherfuckers think, not what this motherfucker think, not what that group think, and not what that group thinks. Here's the point to this. If they wanted the bill to pass and you wanted to give everybody what they wanted, why wouldn't you put in there the $2,000 for the people? If somebody who is on Fredo's side and agrees with Fredo, if somebody could tell me why they would do that, I could say I agree with you, if it makes sense. If somebody who is saying that Trump was wrong and he should have signed the bill, if you could tell me why them motherfuckers who wrote the shit didn't write in the $2,000, but they wrote in $3.8 billion to go overseas and to go to non-COVID related shit, going to the fucking arts, going to a fucking museum that's fucking closed. If you can tell me that, you got a point. Other than that, you own bullshit. And that's the thing that they do. These motherfuckers, them motherfuckers over there, they talk about and say shit and they don't tell you the full fucking Monty. They don't give you the full fucking story about it. They just tell you a bit of a little bit of the truth and turn it and spin it to where it's a lie. You're omitting the other part of the truth so that you can convince me of your lie. That's all I'm saying.
That is the truth. It is demonstrated by everything we have seen. It must be his legacy. And those who have ignored and empowered him, those who have solicited this brand of his own horrible actions towards others, are complicit. He must be remembered as the worst, if only for this alone, and if only this is what we had seen, it would already make him the worst. On top of years of perfidy, of deceit, of lies, of viciousness towards those who need protection consistently. You literally have seen nothing to feel any other way, and yet you do. But no more. This has to be a bottom. He must be seen as the worst, and we must run away from him and this type of behavior as fast as we ever have collectively as a country before.
Bro, I don't want to do a call-in because I'm trying to wrap this up. I don't want to go over 2 hours. But I mean, what is the point that y'all were making? I saw that y'all were going back and forth about something black and something white. I don't know what the fuck y'all was talking about. So can you sum it up and put it in the chat and let me know what it is that y'all talking about? Because I don't want to get off topic talking about who's black and who's white. That's not the point.
Anybody who wants to continue his kind of just crooked ways must be condemned, and early, because this cannot be repeated. That would be a shame on us. The headliners he pardoned tonight.
And here's my thing about the pardons. And you can go back, and I challenge people to go back and look this up yourselves. For eons, decades, presidents have pardoned motherfuckers. I mean, every goddamn, on their final term, on their way out, they've pardoned hundreds of motherfuckers. It's something that they've all done for whatever reason. Here's the thing, though. They have pardoned all kinds of people. From motherfucking people that have committed white-collar crimes to fucking cartel, RICO crime committers to motherfucking murderers, all types. So this thing that he's trying to say, he let loose the worst people that were convicted. No, every last motherfucker, first of all, that's gotten a pardon has been a motherfucker that's been convicted. First of all, you can't get a pardon without being convicted. Or, well, I don't know if you can or not, but all of the motherfuckers that have been presidentially pardoned have been convicted fucking criminals. So they got a record. The other part to that is they've come from all different parts of the fucking crime spectrum. So it's not a thing of just saying, oh, well, you only let loose these kind of people that committed crimes. I let loose these kind of people. Motherfucker, a criminal is a criminal. Whether you stole $1 billion or whether you ran a goddamn drug cartel, they're both fucking crimes. I'm not okay with one over the other. You murdered your husband. You pushed motherfucking weight to the whole east side of the goddamn country for 25 years. You bamboozled motherfucking $1 billion from fucking people with some bullshit Ponzi scheme. So it's like, I don't get the fact that what the fuck are we really talking about? And you can go back and you can see all of the motherfuckers that have pardoned and see the motherfucking pardons they've given. And the only reason why I looked at that shit was when they talked about, and the Republicans did this shit. They talked about when Barack Obama was going out, the motherfuckers he pardoned. He pardoned, like, I think it was like a motherfucker that murdered somebody. And then there was another motherfucker that was a drug cartel. He was affiliated with a cartel or some shit like that, was in jail on a RICO or some shit. He had some unsavory motherfuckers too. But so did Bush. So did Clinton. So did Bush Sr. So did fucking Reagan. So did all these other motherfuckers. They've all done it. So what the fuck is the point of trying to spin that shit down? Like, oh, this is just the most egregious thing to ever president to ever do. You presidentially pardon some people. Yeah, just like the other ones did. So I should only pardon the criminals y'all like? Are you fucking serious? Like, what the fuck? Either motherfuckers pardon motherfuckers or they don't. He should have a problem with all of these motherfucking presidential pardons. Just saying. Why would you say, oh, well, he pardoned this guy. He pardoned Manafort. He pardoned Stone. He pardoned Kushner. Okay, motherfucker. What about the other motherfuckers that have been pardoned? Where was your rant about that? Yeah, okay, there you go. Obama pardoned Bush admin prisoner tortures. What the fuck? I mean, dude, seriously? Where was that rant? It's bullshit. And it's all because a motherfucker don't like a motherfucker and just got a hard on for the motherfucker. And until I get that nut off, I'm sitting there with a hard on for this guy. I'm gonna try to get him every chance I get. Till he let me fuck. God damn, Fredo.
those who kept their mouths shut. Family, by extension. Paul Manafort, Roger Stone, and Charles Kushner. That is the father of his son-in-law, Jared. Law and order.
Now, here's my thing with this. So now you calling out family members. Okay. Why your ass ain't said shit about Hunter Biden? Since you want to call out family members, why your ass ain't called out Biden's brother and his ties with China? Biden's son and his ties with China. Why your ass ain't called that shit out? The motherfucking millions of dollars that Biden's son was getting from that other fucking country. I forgot who the fuck it was. This motherfucker was getting an insane check about some shit he knew nothing about. You ain't calling that shit out. But the fact that Kushner is related to the Trumps by marriage, you gonna bring that shit up? Cool. What about that shit though? Ukraine, thank you. Or you ain't gonna call out the Ukraine shit and the China shit. You ain't gonna call that shit out. You ain't gonna talk about the laptop because this was December. Everybody knew about the laptop. Where's his show about that? Somebody send me the link, please. Send me the link of Fredo talking about motherfucking Hunter Biden's laptop shit. You know why you can't send it? Because they didn't let nobody talk about it. Facebook, you can't talk about it. YouTube, you can't talk about it. Twitter, you can't talk about it. Nowhere can talk about it. Nobody can talk about it. That's why Fredo didn't do a story on it. He ain't have no 11-minute rant about motherfucking Biden and his family. How all them motherfuckers then got paid from other motherfuckers over the years from overseas and corporations. Ain't got no experience in none of this overseas shit, but all of a sudden y'all employed getting a fat ass fucking check, bringing in literally millions of dollars. How that happened? Y'all tell me. You motherfuckers put the shit together. Don't sit back and say, I don't know how that could happen. That's something they should look into. No, motherfucker, how does that happen? That means motherfuckers is on the goddamn tape. That means the motherfucking quid pro quo is in effect. All that bullshit to the back. Let's stop being intellectually disingenuous. Let's just tell it like it is. This motherfucker's son over in the goddamn Ukraine. Fuck you talking about? I'm about to say a true thing. You was popping when your ass was over in the Ukraine. Getting a fat ass check, splitting the shit with your daddy. That's why these motherfuckers are fucking multi-millionaires. Come on here now. Let's be real. And that's a part of the politician game, I guess. You find a way to get paid and you get paid. But don't make it seem like this nigga's the worst president of all time and you sitting here supporting a motherfucker who not only is he doing fuck shit, but he got all his kids in. It's a family affair. The fuck out of here, Fredo.
The pro-law enforcement president, give me a break. He just undid hard work of law enforcement who made the cases against these crooks. This country pursued justice against those who did wrong. He just undid it. Not because there are new reckonings in the case.
So what about the criminal shit that's on Hunter Biden's laptop that wouldn't nobody investigate? What about that? That's just one thing that's just recent that's low-hanging fruit right there. Who killed 250, it looks like dollars, but I know that can't be right, seniors that he put with the COVID infected patients? The dirty bastard, he should be fired. He should have been fired when he did that. God will get him. God hates. I don't know what the fuck else Margot was saying, but okay. Don't really know what that means, but all right.
But because it's all about him and saving face.
Dirty, dishonest.
Both Stone and Manafort were indicted by special counsel Bob Mueller. They went to trial. They were convicted by juries of multiple crimes. Stone, a longtime ally, Manafort, his former campaign chair.
Yes, please
and
click that
Kushner.
like button.
You may not know about him,
And
but I'll
to
give you the
subscribe.
thumbnail. That's all you need to know. He pleaded guilty to tax evasion and retaliating against a federal witness and lying to the FEC. He was prosecuted in the early 2000s by then U.S. Attorney Chris Christie. And then Christie, of course, became Trump transition chair. What's so bad about that? It's the guy's, it's the father-in-law, it's his brother and son-in-law's father. I mean, isn't that the right thing? Kushner is no ordinary white-collar criminal. This man set up his own brother-in-law with a prostitute and then sent the video to his sister. That is the kind of thing that only Trump would see a pardon available.
Joe Biden's son, who had cancer, when he died, Joe Biden's other son married his dead brother's sister. Is that not the same thing? I mean, you really want to talk about what kind of shit is that? And it ain't like they was this was 5 or 10 or 15 years later. No. This was, hey, that's my brother, sister, my brother dead. Let me slide on in like I'm Nipsey Russell and slide some oil to me. Slide some oil to me. I thought he did marry her. He just smashed? That's even worse. I thought he married her ass. So what kind of shit is that? So he was just hitting it. What kind of shit is that? But you talking about this motherfucker who set his brother-in-law up with a hooker? That's some fuck shit. I ain't even remotely trying to say that it ain't. But I tell you what. That shit that he just said and that shit that I just said, yeah. Come on here now. Come on here now. Get the fuck out of my face on the internet with that bullshit. I hear you. I get it. But this right here and that shit over there that's going on in that Biden household, nah, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Right, that sounds like some shit from the Taboo series. Y'all remember Taboo? Back in the day, in the 70s, the Taboo porn series with K Parker in them. K Parker. Boy. Y'all remember that shit? When it was the motherfucking the dad sleeping with the mama and the daughter and all that shit, and the brother fucking the mother and the daughter. Taboo, the series. That's what that shit is. Come on, man.
He commuted Stone's sentence for obstruction of Congress, threatening a witness earlier this year before he was set to surrender. We know why he did it. Roger Stone is many things, but one of them is loyal to those that he sees as on his side. Trump returned the favor. Manafort has been home serving confinement after COVID. This is no mercy pardon. These are rewards. You notice what Manafort never did, right? Never talked about Trump. Not a word. Republican Senator Ben Sasse put out a statement tonight calling it all rotten to the core.
And I guarantee you every last one of them motherfucking senators is in bed with one of these big tech companies, one of these pharmaceutical companies, or if not both. Rotten to the core, just like the rest of them. Now, is what he did and looking out for his boy, showing that loyalty and falling on his sword like that, hey man, I get it. But my thing is this: that's the culture of all them motherfuckers there up on the hill. They all do that fuck shit. That's why it ain't no law against it. That's exactly why it ain't illegal to do it. Because they all do the fuck shit. It's the parachute you get when you get caught. It's all bullshit. Just like how when you become a fucking congressman or you become a fucking senator, you get free health care for the rest of your life. I believe it's either 1 term or 7 years. If you do 1 or 2 terms or some shit like that, you get free health care free for the rest of your life. Show me what company, show me what other government entity has that available. You do 2 terms and you get a fucking pension from the government for the rest of your life. Show me the fucking job where you only work for 8 years or 6 years or 7 years and you get a fucking pension forever. Fully vested. Show me that. You know why you can't show me that shit nowhere else? It's because they all do the shit for each other. They all vote for the raises that they get. They all vote for the other fuck shit. Y'all remember when AOC was talking about, I don't make enough money to live in D.C. and that bitch is getting like $90,000 or $7,000 or some shit like that? Bitch, what kind of fucking condo or house do you need? Well, 97 grand ain't enough. Shit is fucking outrageous. But Fredo ain't talking about that. Senator Ben Sass, his sassy ass ain't making no statement about that. All the way in fucking Nebraska.
Welcome to the party, brother. Welcome to the party. The time is over for your delicate dance. Sass, you've got a great future in your party. You have a potential future in this country. You should have been saying that all along. And by the way, Sass has been one of the most rational. We now should have clarity. Trump is the worst. We have never seen anything like this. This kind of insensitivity to humanity. This disrespect of justice. He is literally no friend to justice. And he's a president. Think about it.
No friend to
The
justice.
pardon-
Who are friends to justice? I don't know this club. Who are the friends of justice? I know who's in the hall of justice, but who are the friends of justice? How do we know them? How are they identified? When do they meet? I don't know. Just let me know who the friends of justice are. Is this a coalition or a group? Do they pay dues? Do they have to be voted in or do they have to be sponsored? Are they nominated? I don't know.
Have implications, and we will discuss them tonight with some of the best minds in the business. But you have to just keep your eye on the urgency that this president has just ignored. The man has gone to Florida after blowing up the relief bill.
He can't go
won't sign
nowhere
it.
for the holidays.
He
Fuck
stalled
that.
it. He did veto pay for troops, so at least Congress can work on overriding it. But if you're going to do something about the relief bill, you got to do it. Walk the walk. Why didn't you veto the bill? Why didn't you then, if you're not going to veto it, tell McCarthy to meet Pelosi on the floor and vote it out?
Here's my thing, y'all. Why is it that a president has to argue with a bunch of fucking senators and congressmen who's supposed to be for us about some money for us. Has anybody asked that question? What the fuck is wrong with our Congress and our Senate to where these motherfuckers can't get money to their own constituents' hands? The very same motherfuckers who vote for their ass are the very same motherfuckers they drag their feet on, come up with 1,000 excuses for, or just simply says, fuck you. And we're not doing it. And we have a problem. We don't have a problem with that. We got a problem with Trump. Why the fuck does that happen? How come nobody's asking that fucking question? And this is why I don't fuck with them over there. Because they are so fucking hell-bent on their side winning that even when their side is fucking not over us, but fucking them over, they're okay with it. Yeah, you can bend me over a barrel and fuck me over too, just so we can get it down. Look, I gotta fuck you in the ass with no fucking no Vaseline, but I'm gonna hurt them too. Yeah, okay, do it. Do you realize how stupid you have to be? You on a whole nother fucking level of stupid. Every motherfucker who is not getting a check should be in a fucking uproar about them motherfuckers doing this shit. You mean to tell me he didn't sign it because y'all didn't put in the $2,000 for us, and y'all didn't put in the $2,000 for us because of what? I don't know. Just because you didn't wanna? Fuck y'all. Oh, thanks. Okay. I'm correct about what I said about the executive order. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Hey, man, I like the way we check each other. Shit. Because I don't want to say nothing that's wrong. If I say something that's wrong or if I misspeak, hey, let me know.
Why didn't you make a deal? Why did you leave? Why did you leave?
Why did you leave? So you want him to stay. And here's my thing. Should he stay? Yeah, if these motherfuckers want to make a deal. Here's another little caveat, though. Trump had been trying to make this deal since fucking like August or some shit like that. That bitch Pelosi and the rest of fucking Congress who sided with her, they didn't want to make a deal for the sole purpose of they didn't want Trump to get the feather in his cap for getting that bill passed to get money in everybody's hands before the election. That bitch intentionally held all this shit up until after the election and then gonna say, okay, now we can talk since we see what the election results is and basically we won. So now we can talk. She intentionally kept everybody else broke while that bitch was getting a check every 2 weeks like the rest of fucking Congress, like the rest of the fucking senators, while other fucking hardworking Americans were at home barely fucking making it, like he said, starving, not having a Christmas, can't buy gifts because this bitch want to stick it to Trump for the election. That's what they did. And I gotta tip my hat to them for the type of resolve that they have to fuck over 45 fucking million unemployed Americans for their own fucking agenda. How about that? How about that? No, Brass, they're not scared of Trump. They're scared of what Trump represents. That's what they're scared of. They're scared of the idea of a Trump. They're scared of the power that a Trump can command. See, Trump was able to actually get the fucking masses behind him. Imagine if the fucking other side did not call him a racist, did not have COVID, did not have Black Lives Matter in the streets, burning shit up, tearing shit up, blaming it on him. Them motherfuckers was blaming George Floyd on this nigga. Imagine that. He actually would have been a fucking bigger fucking president than what the fuck he is. They are afraid of the idea of Trump. A motherfucker who said, I'm coming to drain the swamp. I'm getting all these dirty motherfuckers out of here. I'm here to actually do my job for the fucking people and for our country. How about that? Fuck China. Fuck Ukraine. Fuck Saudi Arabia. Fuck all of them. America first, bitch. I'm redoing this deal. I'm redoing this deal for the farmers. I'm redoing all this fucking foreign trade shit so that America can fucking at least be fair and have some benefit in this shit. That's what they're afraid of.
If you believe in a God, I don't care what your religion is, who does this? By all accounts, you are not working on a deal. Every day you golf, every day you delay is another day of paralyzing pain in a country that you owe. And you know this. And you won't veto so that there can be some kind of action. You won't tell your minions to meet Pelosi. Why? What is this about? Who did you really do this for? How can the answer not be you? How can the truth not be that you wanted to look the part of the hero just when you're trying to undo democracy, even though you know you were torpedo a compromise that has been months in the making that you ignored while your people helped negotiate?
How could he ignore it if his people helped negotiate it? How is that? And here's another little thing, another little caveat, another little tidbit for you. If you're so for the people, like you're crying to be now and faking the emotion that you supposedly have because you just don't like Trump and you're doing the bidding of whoever's fucking pulling the string. But if you're really just for the people, then tell me why would you be the main person for shutdowns, be the main person saying we don't need to go anywhere, everybody needs to stay in the house and all that shit. You've been championing that shit since fucking April, saying that Trump should have kept everybody in the house months ago. How is it that you can be that person, but now, just the other day, you're tweeting saying we got to open back up because if we don't open back up, we won't have nothing to open up to, nothing to open up for? When Trump was saying that very same thing. You were saying close down, Trump was saying open up, and you were saying that Trump was risking the lives and putting American lives in jeopardy because he wants to open up. But now you're saying that exact same thing. How the fuck and what the fuck has changed since then to where that should happen? Well, we got the vaccine. Yeah, we got the vaccine, but everybody ain't vaccinated. So why the fuck are you asking to open up now when you were the main motherfucker saying to shut down then? But the only thing that has changed is that Trump, the election has occurred and Trump is not going to be the president anymore. I would say that's called an agenda, Fredo. How about that?
It is the worst thing you could do in this situation. And you made this situation. You ignored this pandemic. You made a bad plan.
He ignored the pandemic by having a fucking pandemic task force that fucking debriefed every fucking day. Really? He closed the fucking border when you motherfuckers told him he was a xenophobe and he shouldn't have did it. And he closed this shit before y'all wanted to. Like Nancy Pelosi saying, go to Chinatown, go party, go out, be free. Then a month later, we should have closed a month ago. And nobody said nothing. Exactly, biggest 49er fan. We never should have locked down. I will say that forever. The country should have never locked down. What the country should have did, country should have said, hey, you got high blood pressure, diabetes, you're high risk, stay your punk ass home. Everybody else, wash your hands, cough in your sleeve, don't touch your face. Take your vitamins. Get you some sunshine. Take this. Well, I ain't going to say it because then it might block me. So, yeah.
You thought if you ignored it, it would go away and the economy would be okay and you would win, and you were wrong. And you doubled down on dumb. And this time, it bit all of us in the ass.
Actually, sir, you're the one that doubled down on dumb time and time again to the point where your entire fucking city is in fucking shambles and is just as broke as fucking California and is gonna definitely suffer when shit does open back up because you fucking ran away every fucking person who got money in your fucking state. people left by the droves from your state, sir. I mean, not your state, but your brother's state. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what your brother did, Fredo. Yeah.
And then you leave, almost assuring no action on the relief. At least you vetoed the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, so you can set up a possible override. Yeah, it's going to pit members of your party against each other, but you know what? They need to do that anyway. The Republicans have to figure out what the hell they're about anymore.
What are the Democrats about? Riots? Yep, they're about that. They about that life. Thievery? Yeah, they're about that. They about that life. Black Lives Matter, organization that's a domestic terrorist group that funnels money from hard-working Americans back into the political candidates of their choosing. Yep, that's what they're about. I guess the Republicans do need to do some shit like that. Come up with a group called All Lives Matter. I guess. Yeah.
Are you really just Trumplicans?
Trumplicans.
You seem confused. Well, you should have clarity too. This man is the worst. He has been terrible for your party because nobody knows what the hell you're about anymore, and neither do you.
Now, I will tell you this. He right as fuck on that. That is the truest shit he said in this whole goddamn fucking rant. The Republican Party, the RNC, the fucking right, whatever the fuck you want to call these fucktards, they show the fuck is 1,000. He shows the fuck 1,000% correct about that. You don't know what the fuck they're doing right now. They don't know what the fuck they stand for. I truly don't know. I truly don't know. They have just literally said, fuck the party. We just gonna whore ourselves out and try to get as much money as we can and go where the wind blows. Even when the wind blows. That's what they do. Whoever's got the money, that's where I'm blowing. Some of them are blowing literally. Not just Kamala.
Why did Trump really veto this bill? A lot of people in his own party say, well, it's to show Mitch, that Mitch should have helped him more in overturning the election. Can you imagine what it means about where the hell we are in this country that Republicans can say that with sober mind? People are starving.
People are starving.
And what he just...
And they've been starving since motherfucking fucking March. And you wanted them to starve because you wanted everything closed. Your punk ass was even your brother punk ass was even finding motherfuckers that was trying to open, trying to fucking make a living, trying to save their business. Not you, Fredo, but your brother was. Your brother was trying to find the people who were trying to survive. So the only time you care about the people that may be starving and don't have a job and don't have a fucking business anymore are the people in December? That's when you get a fucking conscience? In December?
Did with the NDAA, the National Defense Authorization Act, is even weirder. Why? Well, he doesn't like this Section 230. This fringe. Look,
a fringe. Yeah, right. Guess what that fringe is? That's the fucking bill about fucking big tech. So we know whose side he's on with that. Yeah, okay.
Of course we have to figure out what to do when it comes to what's right and wrong on the internet, and is it really like newspapers or not, and the right of a publisher, are they publishers? We have to...
Basically talking about the fucking power that these motherfuckers are wielding and the fact that these motherfuckers are in control of the fucking media and now are in fucking control of the fucking world to a degree. These motherfuckers are determining who hears what, who sees what, who gets what. And motherfuckers don't see that being a problem? Yeah, okay.
Work through it, but not this way. Not right before Christmas, not when you're going to leave town, not with people starving. He is the worst we have ever seen. And the only reason you would defend that is because you don't want to give in to the status quo. But what are you saying when you decide to reject the status quo by making it worse, by injecting the political equivalent of a virus?
So basically what he's saying is just go along with the shit that they telling you to, man. Stop fucking bucking the system and having a fucking independent thought, man. People are starving. Do what the fuck they say. People are hungry. People want to have Christmas. Just sign the fucking bill, baby. I suck your dick. That's what Fredo is saying. Just do what they want so that we can all get paid. I want a bigger boat. I want a new car. I want to buy a bigger house. And I don't get any of that unless you sign this goddamn bill. Sign the bill, man. God damn it. You're fucking up my money. You're fucking up the rest of us, the politicians' money. I need this. That's what he's saying.
Into our political corpus. And that's what Trump is. He is not a cure. He has never been a cure.
He's a virus.
He was never going to be a cure. He was injected as a virus to make the system sick, and he has.
Actually, no, that's what COVID is. it made, yeah. That's what COVID is. Yeah. And newsflash, in case y'all didn't know, there is no cure for a virus. It doesn't go away. Just want to drop that little nugget there for you. Viruses don't go away. They hang out for forever. You can get herd immunity, and it may not infect as many people as it did, but there is no cure for any of the vids 1 through 19. Yeah, there isn't a cure for that. You don't cure those viruses. Just wanted to drop that nugget.
And now we are on our knees in this country.
Shout out to my man Night Train for donating 50 bucks. Thank you, sir.
Is to recognize what we have had all along. The ability to come together, to be about a common cause, and to demand better from the men and women that we invest with power to do our.
Like the 435 congressmen and the 100 senators, we should have a higher expectation for them, more so than the president, because they actually write the shit up that they want him to sign.
Business.
Okay.
If you expect nothing, you get this. We must change. Let it be a gift to us before this Christmas.
So all of these other 7, 8, 9 months of fuck shit in there, let's shut down and stay home. You've been with that until now, right before Christmas. We got to get our act together and just do what the fuck they're asking us to do.
He is the worst. We must get better from here.
Right. Thanks, Fredo. Ladies and gentlemen, Fredo Como. Just, yeah. Want to give a shout out to My Name's Beauty. Hit your boy with 10 bucks. He says, great show. Now I can tell my boyfriend why I need a gun. Oh, that was from my What to Do When Animals Attack show. Yes, indeed. Also want to give a shout out to my man Illa Dre. Hit your boy with 2 bucks for great content. Want to give a shout out to my man Michelle Colbray. He said, we got to leave boycott liberal platforms. Yeah, I get it. 10 bucks. Yep, you're right. Also want to give my man Shannon Lewis 2 bucks. Thank you for that, sir. Hit your boy up with that. We want to give a shout out to my man Justin Lawton. Hit your boy with a buck. Also want to give a shout out to my man It's All Bad Omerta. He said, for Biden administration Tuskegee Experiment 2021. Also want to give a shout out to my man Jason Gunn. He said, for a call in, can I call in? I'm gonna have to catch you on the rain check for that one. Cause like I said, I want to keep the 2000. I want to keep it under the 2 hours, bro. And I'm right at 2:15. So we can do that another time, man. And I can send you the 25 back, man. You don't have to pay for a call in if you can't call in. So we can do that. All right. I just want to say it's like this, man. When you're talking about what it is this country is doing, what direction we're going into, how we're going to actually make a change one way or the other, regardless on what side are you on, there has to be accountability on all sides. There has to be a moment to where you say, we're going to do this thing because it's the right thing for everyone, which takes me back to my heroes analogy. If you're not willing to be a hero, if you're not willing to do what's right for everyone, then I have to question what it is that you're doing. Then I have to challenge what it is that you're saying and what you stand for. What news broadcast is more accurate, Fox, CNN, or other news? None of them are. They all have their shit. They all have their moments. That's the problem. There is no news outlet that's accurate. We have to rely on each other. We have to research and verify on our own. Even with what I'm saying. Okay, cool, bro. Even with what I'm saying. Just like how Jason did earlier. When we were talking about the president and the legislative, executive, and judicial branches, he went and looked it up himself. That's what you're supposed to do. That's not saying, oh, I don't believe this nigga. It's just saying I want to verify that either what he's saying is correct or what he's saying he may be misspeaking. That's what we all should be doing. And when we see those things and can connect those dots to show one way or the other, if what it is that a person is saying or what it is that a person is asking is true or righteous, then we can do that. That's where we need to be. That's the sweet spot. And that's why I said before, whether I'm a Democrat or a Republican, whether I'm a leftist or a rightist, whether I'm a conservative or a fucking liberal, I need to be able to be righteous. I need to be able to say what I'm doing is for the better good of everyone. No, everybody ain't going to be always happy, but what I'm doing is for the greater good of the whole. Just like in the movie Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe came up with a motherfucking a formula that stated just that. Doing what's best for the greater good, for the whole. That one doing what's best for the whole. That's what it is. That's where we need to be. Not picking sides. Pick fucking righteousness. Pick the fucking truth. Pick fucking facts. And wherever it takes you, wherever it leads you, that's what it is. No Brad says, I'll ask him again how long before they remove Biden. Shit, I don't know. Be 1 week, 1 year. Be 2 years, 3 years. He's gonna get removed. And the fact that people don't want to acknowledge that, he's not even fucking all the way there right now. He's not fucking running this shit. Go look at an old Joe Biden tape or video. Even go on Google, YouTube, an old Joe Biden video. Look at Joe Biden and Thomas Sowell. Just YouTube that. Joe Biden and Thomas Sowell. And just see how with it Joe Biden was with having a conversation with Thomas Sowell, even though Thomas Sowell was way more fucking smarter than him and definitely handled him. But that is beside the point. They still had a conversation. Just look at how well he spoke then and look at how he's speaking now. You know he's not all the way there. The people who fucking voted for him knew he wasn't all the way there. They're just excited to get a fucking female president. That's why. It's about time we get us a black woman in office. Okay. But you fail to realize When Joe Biden gets out and Kamala becomes the fucking president, Nancy Pelosi becomes the vice president. Didn't think about that little caveat, did you? Nope. Why you're so excited about my president's a black woman? That's what they say though, Miss June. Watch what she do for you. How about that? Watch what she creates for you. How about that? Just like when our president was black. What did Obama do for us? Not a goddamn thing. First thing out that motherfucker's mouth was, I'm the president for everybody, not just black folk. Right. Watch what happens with them immigrants. Watch them Indians start motherfucking prevailing. Watch them Indians motherfucking get some goddamn some benefits from this shit. Exactly. All these niggas thought Obama was gonna hook the black folks up. Obama just hooked the black folks up to some fuck shit. That's what the difference is. The questions that you need to start asking need to just be the questions of saying, hey, is this the right thing to do for everyone? Not just who I like, not just who I'm cool with, not just who my friend. That's the only way you grow. All you stupid motherfuckers that's thinking that, yeah, we gonna get their ass back. We gonna get us some get back now, Joe. You're the same motherfuckers that be in relationships that are fucking wasting your time, that you're unhappy in, but you're just there to make the other motherfucker suffer. Then when you look up 15 years later, you realize I should have left this motherfucker a long time ago, but now it's too late because you're too goddamn old and you ain't got nowhere to go. Then you realize you've wasted your life and you become bitter. How about that? What a fucking waste. I get it, Miss June. Kamala Harris is just a motherfucker. Kamala Harris is in the position that she's in because she's going to do what the fuck she's told. Just like Joe Biden. That's it. That's why they have no agenda. That's why they just say catchphrases. That's why all they do is talk about race. Because that keeps us divided. The more they got niggas hating white folks and the more they got white folks hating niggas is the more that they win. And that's on both sides. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, whether you are a black or white, you're the stupid motherfucker that thinks it's our turn. You're the stupid motherfucker that thinks, oh, these fucking niggers are gonna fuck up the goddamn country. You're the stupid motherfuckers. The same motherfuckers that talk about systemic racism, the same motherfuckers that talk about they is racist, the same motherfuckers that think that shit, talk that shit. I can't stand these white cracker motherfuckers. Y'all the same reason why we can't fucking win shit. Y'all the same reason why black folks can't rise up. Y'all the same motherfuckers that call me a coon. The same motherfuckers that call people like Brandon Tatum grifters. People like what's the other? Candace Owens, she's a grifter. Y'all the same motherfuckers that keep us from fucking winning because you're so worried about tearing us down that you can't fucking build shit up. You're so caught up in the black and white shit. You're so caught up in the flavor of the ice cream that you can't even fucking enjoy the goddamn ice cream. Maybe vanilla ain't your favorite color, but goddamn it, at least it's fucking ice cream. And until you learn how to make it on your own, why don't you just shut the fuck up and enjoy what you got until you can get and build what the fuck you want instead of hoping somebody give it to you. Thank you, Tommy, for that ice cream analogy. I appreciate you. If you're watching this, wherever you may be. That's it and that's all. Being so caught up in trying to win like you in a goddamn football or baseball game, you're fucking sacrificing your freedom. You're trading away your fucking power. and you're fucking sacrificing your fucking morals and values just so you can say you won. Well, motherfuckers, how about this? In 6 days you won. Now what? Matter of fact, that should be a good fucking post for everybody to put in there. On the 20th, say Biden and Harris is now the president and the vice president. Now what? Now what? That should be the fucking post everybody should put up. Biden Harris, inauguration's complete. Now what? See how quick Ice Cube get a motherfucking meeting and get some traction. See how quick that shit happens. See how quick these motherfucking, all these movements that's gonna happen for the black folks is gonna come about. See how quick that shit happens. And by the time you realize that you've been fucked over and was sold a bogus ass bag of goods, they gonna have some more racism shit that's gonna come about when that year 3 or 4 run around for re-election to throw in your face, and you gonna bite on that shit. Yeah, see, they still is killing us. The police is killing us. Watch. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you guys so much for all of the people that donated. Actually, I forgot to check my PayPal. I want to say to everybody, fucking try your best. And I know that I don't have the expectation for everybody to be a fucking Avenger. But try your best to be a hero. Just think about it like that. Let's do what's best for everybody instead of just what's best for me. That's all I'm saying. Be fucking righteous. Stop being fucking intellectually disabled. Stop being intellectually dishonest. Facts, truth, logic. Let's do some of that. I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Glenda Hines, who said, "Thank you for the laughs." That was from that other show. I also want to give a shout out to Cornelius Crawford. He said, "Sorry I missed your YouTube anniversary. Happy belated. As always, thank you for what you do, brother. Hey, I appreciate it. Hit your boy off with $25. That's what's up." Also want to give a shout out to Lee Sullivan. Thanks for putting yourself out there. You give me hope. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. And last but definitely not least, want to give a shout out to Colonel Davis and hit your boy off with $2.05. Salute from a fellow officer. I appreciate your hard work. Cheers. Same to you, bro. Hope you're doing well, man. I just want to say that, man, be the hero, guys. Try to live above the bullshit. Try to just do what's right. Thank you. And also, thanks for subbing, Shy M. And also, subscribe to the United Guns of America channel as well. Let's keep getting these subs up. My man, No Brass, hit your boy for $5 and says for another good show. And They Live also hit you up. Hit me up with $5 and says great content tonight. Thank you guys so much. I just want us to keep, as Jesse Jackson would say, keep the hope alive and just start believing in each other and also take action. Start being a better version of yourself so that you can impact not just those that are around you, but even someday the world. Because I'm sure Donald Trump, in all of his wanting to get rich as a young man, having money, getting money from his daddy and all that shit, and all the bitches he done fucked and all the deals he done made, all the money he done lost and all the money that he's made, I'm sure he never thought he'd be in a position where he would be president of the United States and to impact a group of people like he did. Worst president ever? Nah. Your favorite president? For some. But at the end of the day, he did something that a lot of motherfuckers ain't did probably since goddamn John Kennedy. He inspired a fucking country and a fucking world to be different. The non-politician became just that, the most powerful politician in the world. The one that everybody thought was a joke became the one that had the last laugh when he was inaugurated 4 years ago around this time. As my my younger brother George would say, it can happen. And that's all I want to leave you guys with. It can happen. You can one day do something that can impact the fucking world if you just have the desire to impact somebody besides yourself. Don't matter what kind of education you got. Don't matter where you come from. Don't matter who you know. It don't matter. Have the heart and the desire to do what's best for others and for everyone, and you will inspire others. You will impact the world, whether they give you credit for it or not. It happens. Ask Tommy Sotomayor. He didn't start out saying, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to change how motherfuckers think. I'm going to change how motherfuckers carry themselves, what people say and the way they say it. He didn't start out like that. He just started out doing something different and thinking for himself. And impacted the fucking world. Say what you want to say about him. Say what you're trying to say about him, but you can't lie on that fact. He got a motherfucker like me on YouTube. And that's all I have to say about that. I want to give a shout out to everybody in Soto Nation. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you for clicking the like, clicking the subscribe button. Please, please, please leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. One way or the other, it is what it is. We will get through this. And we will be better for it because we believe in just that, becoming better versions of ourselves. I am Brian Redmond. This is the Relationship Rehab and the United Guns of America. Shout out to everybody over there in UGOA. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you guys for taking the time out to watch me tonight. And I hope that you guys have a good night. And remember, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Everybody knows about Thomas Sowell and everybody knows about Jordan Peterson, man. You ain't got to put them in the chat. We already know about that. But I just want to say thank you all. I appreciate you guys. Y'all have a good night. We about to get on up out of here. I love you guys. Thank you to all my mods. I appreciate everything y'all do. Thank you guys. I love you guys. Peace and we's out. Yes, indeed. Good show. Good show. Yes, sir. Click the like and the subscribe. Share this shit. Hey.